Hello friends, today I am going to share my experience of the last two GTOs. That where did I do mistake or where did I go wrong, and what all lessons should I learn, and what all mistakes that other aspirants should not do. So the last attempt which I went there in Guwahati. So that attempt I was going as a after 2 years after 2 years I was going for SFB. So you generally once you go after 2 years, so all these structures or whatever the practice which you did before 2 years, that you do not remember generally, and all the structure seems to be new. So while I was doing GTOs, all the tasks which were there in the progressive group tasks. So before I share my all the problems, I'll share all the tasks which all are there. So the first is PGT, second is the lecture 8, third is GD, fourth is then GPE, then fifth is half group task, sixth is full group task, seventh is individual obstacle, eighth is command task, and ninth, which generally happens on somewhere not also, that is the group obstacle race. So these tasks generally takes place in GT. So I'll explain all the tasks where I did good and where I went wrong also. So the first task which I did in Guwahati, that was PGT. I'll share the experience of both the tasks, both the SFP, which was just one. It was in August and another was in October. So in PGT, where I was in Guwahati, so I was that time I knew to structure. So all the helping materials and whatever the resources were kept. So we were in the group of 9 cadets were there. So when we got the task of PGT, so all the cadets who were more frequent, or if they had practiced before coming to SFB or whatever the region, they came up. Initially it was easy, so I also gave some idea. But what happened after 1 to 2 tasks, that structure became hard. Now then you do not get idea very easily in the third task or fourth task. So there I was not getting any idea, and the guy who had the idea, so he came up and he kept on giving the idea. So all the tasks were completed. Somewhere I started feeling like I did not do good in GD from the starting. Moving on to from there, we had GD. Group discussion was all good, but I would say that still content matters. Sometimes you feel like you can speak, but speaking does not matter at all. Like what you speak and for how much time you speak. It is not like you keep on speaking in the GD for whole time, whatever the time is allotted. It is better to speak for 2 minutes, that too accurate, and it should be effective, which I did not do in both the attempts. Either it is Guwahati or in Jalandhar. So there I did the mistake. And the PGT I did mistake in Guwahati again when I came for SSB in Jalandhar. So there also I did not do practice after coming from there, and again that same thing came in my mind, that now again it is not going to happen. Again that fear was there in me, but then too I went there, and that time I learned one lesson. If you have any opportunity to get familiarized with the structure before SSB, if possible, then please go for it. It is very must. Either it is in form of coaching, or you got the opportunity to visit a structure, or you got to the opportunity to do some practice with it, please do. It is mandatory. If you feel like it is not necessary, I will be able to do. So it is somewhere very wrong step that anyone is taking, because the candidates who go for coaching or they do practice before coming SSB, so they will do better. And they will come up and keep on giving ideas, and you will get demoralized there. So that was the problem that happened in Jalandhar. The few guys who were there, 2 to 3, they came up and kept on giving ideas in all the 4 tasks which were given in the PGT. So again I did not do good in the PGT. Thereafter in GD, so in both the time I felt like I did not do much work on content. I spoke, but somewhere repetition was there. That should not be there. While you are speaking, it should be like, if you have content to speak, you do not have, then do not speak. Come with a new content, not to repeat yoga is good, then yoga is good. It is like it should come with a new and effective thought should come up. So that will help you to give some points. And like speak for like if it is 10 minutes, then if you have spoken for at least 4 minutes, it is more than enough. There is no need that the guy who got recommended from my group or other group, there I saw this thing that they did not speak all the time, but whenever they spoke, that was like fantastic and it was good. That time I did not realize the same, but now I am realizing, and hopefully I will implement in the next attempt. Now in the second one, that is the lecture 8, third one, sorry. Lecture 8 was all good, but I just felt what change I could have brought in both the Guwahati and Jalandhar. That the choice of topic. I got 4 topics in both, all were similarly easy. So in the first attempt in Guwahati, I spoke on the topic, it was like India at the rate 75. There one topic was there regarding Indian economy. So I have done my I have done UG in economics. So I should have spoken on this topic. This should have been like the choice, I felt like, and all the thing was good. GD, like as much as practice you do, and like it should be effective in the 3 minutes. Give some content, give some factual data. It is all good. Now fourth one, GP. It is like one of the most important tasks, and we get like so much time is enough in this task. In the first Guwahati one, what happened? That I was in a group of 9 candidates, and where 7 were freshers, it was FCAT attempt, and 2 were repeater. I was one of them. So there what happened, whatever the conclusion came, so the freshers went for some like different approach, and I went for different approach. Although like what I felt that was right, although they came on my approach too, but from there on what I came to know that I became more aggressive while making them agree to my approach. That I got to know later on they spoke, so that I realized that I was wrong. And in the second attempt in Jalandhar, it was like one of the worst one. So here I made a story, there was no aggressiveness in me, but I could not make the solution very like wisely. There was problem in solution. So that I would say ki when you are doing group planning exercise, like take your time, think widely as much as you can, and then make a based solution for it. All the candidates will agree to you at last, but if the solution is not good, you won't feel comfortable yourself in the group. So timing matters as much, and the actions what you take. Like and there is no need to speak much to make them agree. Speak correct, they will agree to you. Now in the fifth task, which was there, yes. Now thereafter it was individual obstacle. So in the Guwahati one, they have got like a bit hard structure. So there the Tiger Leap was one of the toughest. So when I like jumped from the higher position, I slipped and my hand got scratched. So from there on, I was like very slow in like doing all the tasks, because there was a like major injury in my hand. So I would say ki whenever you are doing Tiger Leap, take some sand in your hand and like arrange your task wisely, because you have only 3 minutes, and it is very less. There is very less chance that you will be able to complete all 10 tasks, because they are a bit tough in Air Force. So I would say that when you are choosing your task, see wherever you are putting your less energy, start from there, because if you will do tough one in starting only, like rope climbing, so you will get tired and the other tasks you won't be able to do it properly. And in the Jalandhar one, it was like good one, but there I did mistake. It was army entry, OTA one. So there I did mistake in commando task, in which when I went up, it started shaking too much. So I got feared up, and it was very high. So there, like I thought if I would fall, then it would be like very big injury. So I just again I did not do it properly, and I came down. So that was the mistake I do in the Jalandhar. So For the individual obstacle, I would say go for running. As much as physical exercise one can go, it is very good. And if you get to do practice on the structures, then please do. Sixth one, command task. See, command task is all like I would say do practice to tie rope, first one. And like I would say that if you do good in GT, if you do good in progressive group task, it like there is almost 90% chance that you are going to do 90% chance that you will do good in command task too. Because see, once you do good in PGT, most of them will call you as your assessor, as your like helper in the command task. So once you keep on going for the command task, so you will get familiarized with the structure. And if you do good in progressive group task, so their structure is bit easy. So it is absolute that you are going to do good. And I would say it is better to do good in PGT. From there on you will get also the confidence that all are calling you. So it will also give you confidence to do better. Now seventh one, I would just GOR is like EG1. It is not available in FCAT Guwahati where I went, but in Jalandhar it was there. So it is like you go with your all the you are with your group and you do several tasks 5 to 6 with the rope or snake usage. There is very bit very big portion of marks is being given through the GOR. It is just to make you active in the ground. Now eighth one is like what I left. Half group task. Half group task is like when PGT is done. So the assessor felt like several candidates did not get the right and proper chance to show their skills or show their idea. So they divide the group in whatever the number of group, it will be 8, then 4, 4. If it is 10, then 5, 5. So in the two groups they will divide and you get the same structure what you got in progressive group task and you complete the task. It is like opportunity to those who did not do good in there. And I in both in that Guwahati one, the structure was bit easy, so I could not do very much good. But in Jalandhar the structure was bit hard, so I did bit good there. The ninth one is full group task. It is just a formal task. At last it would be like whole group will be together. This will be the last task, and it will be said that those who still do not feel like they have got the proper chance, they can come up and do this task. It will be told, and the group members will allow the candidate who has not put his idea so much. He will come up and he will put the idea to complete this task. So this is all. See what I learned in these like 2 attempts, that we need to practice as much as we can, and thereafter patience too is very much required. It is for particularly I feel like individual obstacle and group planning exercise. In solutions should be very wise. In individual obstacle, do it like in proper and calm. It is going to happen, which I did mistake in Jalandhar, so I could have done better. So here I learned, this time I am doing so much practice, and hopefully I will go to see some structures too in the recent SSB wherever I have seen several. So there I will get some idea, and once I go for assessment, so it will help me out. And like for progressive group task, the most which I said earlier also, रस्सी बांधना सीखना बहुत ज़रूरी है जगह. It is very necessary. लूप बनाना आना चाहिए, या फिर क्या कहते हैं प्लान को टाई हम कैसे कर रहे हैं, दैट यू शुड नो. सो these all things if possible then tie it, because plank रस्सी ये सब तो हर जगह अवेलेबल होता है. We can do it. And also we can do progressive group tasks on like making structures on copy or anywhere, like drawing way में, to make it like possible कि अगर ऐसा कुछ रहा तो what we should do. So this is very necessary in this case. The rest all is fine. Lecturate for a GT. Newspaper is very necessary. As much as we can read newspaper, magazine, then Sansad TV. Sansad TV gives you a very good content on like various developmental aspects or policy. And thereafter lecturate, like and right now I'm doing practice, and you all would be able to see that on my this channel. I do every day on several topics, and right now I'm preparing on every topic. It is not everywhere every time that that is unprepared. It is prepared because I feel like if I'll have content, I will be able to do good there. And it's about speaking, as much as I'll practice, it will keep on improving. So lecture it like do practice. With preparation, it is very necessary. And timing, it does not matter. Once you have content, you keep on speaking. Once it happens 2 minutes 30 seconds, they will ring the bell. So you get 30 seconds to finish up your speech or lecture it. So take your time and finish it in a good way. And rest all, I'll just put up some points of the recommended candidate who got recommended, that what they did there while I was like there. So one of the in PGT, that our group was on third task, and while the guy who was giving the idea, he was in the mid of task, and there were 3 structures. Generally you see that this is a starting line and finishing line. So 3 structures were there, and he was at this point, and they were trying to cross it. It was like bit difficult, so they were not easily clear, and I got the idea through which we could have gone this way and completed this task. So while I was approaching him to follow this idea, so what at times, see the structure which he was going through, that was actually possible, but too much time taking, and we had less time. So I was trying to tell him to come this way, but he did not come. Like was telling it is possible this way, we can complete it and easily. So he like remained formed on his thought or idea and completed the task. So there I feel like whenever we get some idea, and if we come up to the structure or in the mid of a structure, so if the idea is bit right, so just do it. Do not listen to group until you feel like it cannot be completed. Once it seems like it is not possible, then we can move upon another structure. But if it is possible, then we must keep on going and be formed on your idea. So this was the good point which I see. Yes, on GPE also the same candidate who did this, he got recommended later. In GPE too, that while we were discussing, he was like at the end core this side, so he did not get too much chances to speak. But later on, when he told his solution was the best. He tried to tell us, but you see like it becomes Swiss market, but so nobody listened to him very properly. So there I feel like once you write your solution, that matters. How and what is your solution? Sometimes people do not get opportunity to speak. It doesn't matter. If you have written a wiseful solution, and even if you have tried to speak, it is very good that you are going to get a good chance in this case. So thereafter in GP, this was like list or lecture it, like very simple he did. Thereafter in command task also he did all the tasks, although he was a bit fat, but he completed. And thereafter any other where he did good. Yes, in command task also, as he did good in PGT. So he got too many opportunities, like most of the candidates called him as a supporter in the command task. It doesn't matter too much, but it helps you to be aware of the structure. Suppose if you are called at the last in the command task, and if you have already seen like 7 to 8 structures, it is very easy that whatever structure you are going to get, it can be easily completed because you have seen so many structures and ideas to complete that. So this is all in this video. Hopefully I'll come with another video on the interview aspect of my last 3 attempts or 4 attempts, and of the several questions which I heard or told by the various candidates that it should be done in proper way. So thank you everyone. We'll meet again. Jai Hind.